Are you ready to start your investing journey? Whether you're a complete newbie to this investing thing or whether you're a seasoned pro, Trading 212 has all the resources and tools to help you progress on your investing journey. So why don't you spend the next few minutes going through with me as we dive into what Trading 212 actually has to offer. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Mark of Desperately Seeking Fi. First of all, what you need to do is get yourself access to the platform. There's a link down below. If you use that, you can sign up to Trading 212, and when you deposit funds, you will get a free share of up to £100, and I'll also get a share as well. So why don't you try that one out? But once you've got set up on Trading 212, if you're on the app, basically where you want to go to is come over to the triple lines in the bottom right hand corner, go down, and why not have a go initially trying before you actually buy. If we switch across to the practice account, you get a chance of working through the demo side of things, having a go at learning how the platform all works, and also playing with some non-real money. What I recommend you do, go and have a look at the invest side of things and go in, and this will allow you to then start having a look at how do you use the platform without actually putting any money on the table and risking any potential losses. This just brings you into something that replicates the actual platform, gives you £5,000 of monopoly money to work with, and you can then go through how to actually use the platform. Next thing that's really important is do some research. Look into the basics of stocks and shares and have a look at what exchange traded funds are. I've done a couple of videos on these. You can have a look at those on the card that I've posted. I've also got some down in the links down below. What's great about Trading 212, lots of different videos are actually on here. So if you go in, once again, hit the three lines in the bottom right hand corner and go up to videos, you can go through there. There's lots of stuff on basics of how to actually do investing in the Investing 101. Got stuff that explains what dividend investing is all around, what stock investing, and then how to do some technical analysis for beginners. If that's the kind of thing you'd be interested in having me do as well, drop a comment down below. I'd love to do some technical analysis for beginners. What is really important is that you have some realistic goals for your investing journey. So depending on how much money you're able to invest every month, you should be setting yourself a goal of in preferably the long term, looking out at what you are hoping to have invested, and then you get to see on the platform what your potential gains are going to be like. So I'm going to jump across to my ISA and I'm going to show you what that looks like and whereabouts you actually get that. So if you have set up a pie, so you can go in and set yourself a goal of where you want to be in a number of years, and you can set it up. It's actually better on the desktop platform because you can actually see exactly how this pans out, and you get to see lots of graphs which allow you to see how you're progressing, and it shows you that compound interest that you've actually achieved. And why don't you go and have a look at a video that I've done on compound interest, and it really is the eighth wonder of the world. Staying up to date with current events and news and what's going on. Once again, this is something that you'll be able to pick up through Trading 212. You can go and have a look once again. The three lines in the bottom right hand corner, go in and you can see what the economic calendar is looking like. And basically this will tell you all of those different events that are going to happen day by day that may potentially affect the stock market. So you might be interested in what's going on with the China manufacturing PMI, and that goes into the Purchasing Managers Index and provides an early indication of what economic activity is looking like within the Chinese manufacturing sector. And this will have a knock on to what the markets then believe is going to happen. Some other things that are really useful to go and have a look at is go and look at a couple of different websites. So some of the ones that I use are Simply Wall Street. That gives you different news by sectors, by regions. I've got a link down below if you want to go and have a trial on Simply Wall Street. It's one of my go-tos. There are lots of other ones out there as well. You may want to go and have a look at dividend data for ex-dividend dates if you're going to be looking at investing into different dividend stocks, or you might want to go and have a look at Dividend Max as well to have a look at what is going on with those stocks. There's Seeking Alpha. There are many other resources that you could go in and have a look at. Even something simple like Yahoo Finance may help you do a little bit of research about stocks before you actually go and invest into them. This fifth point that I'm going to talk about is don't put all your eggs in one basket. So what does this mean? It basically means don't go and just buy one single stock and hope that that is going to make you a millionaire. You are better diversifying your portfolio. And an example of this is on my monthly dividend pie on my Trading 212 account. And within that, I have 21 different holdings. And that gives me a diversification across a number of different sectors, and that's looking at things like on the REIT side of things, I've got Realty Income, I've got British American Tobacco, Legal and General on the insurance, National Grid on more of the services, banking with Lloyds, Primary Health Property, another REIT, and then I have a number of miners. So I've got Rio Tinto, I also have Anglo American and Glencore. And then on my renewable side of things, I've got Trig and Greencoat UK Wind in there. Also got Vodafone and Sainsbury's. So I've looked at diversification across a number of different sectors and trying to get a balanced portfolio. Other ways of doing that would be just go in and buy yourself some ETFs. One of the ways that I do diversification in this, own the world. So instead of having VWRL, FTSE All World ETF, I've gone for building this myself and looking at having the Vanguard S&P 500, the FTSE Emerging Market VFEM ETF, the FTSE 100, so VUKE, and finally the FTSE European excluding UK VERX ETFs, and that gives me diversification across the world. And the reason I've done this, I actually have a cheaper ongoing cost running this pie as opposed to buying VWRL, which I think comes in at 0.29% ongoing charge. I've achieved this own the world pie for an ongoing charge of about 0.09%. One of the key things you will also hear everybody talking about is take out the emotions from all of your investing. You are better if you can just go for a set and forget. So for example, I have on this monthly dollar cost averaging, I have this set up to automatically just go and buy me £300 per month of these 4 different ETFs. It's set up that it just goes 65% for VUSA, 15% for VFEM, and then 10% for VUKE and VERX. Automatically, I don't even need to think about it. It will just go buy those ETFs on the 7th of every month and just split the weightings as per. I don't need to think about it, and the reason I do this is I'm trying to take away all the emotion of how I actually invest, and the best way of doing this is just buy at periodic times and just keep buying into the ETFs. Doesn't matter whether it's going up or going down, just keep buying into them. And I'm running a bit of an experiment at the moment. I'm looking to see how does buying monthly work as opposed to buying daily, and I'm looking at investing the same amount of money roughly into those 2 different pies. And at the moment we can see that the daily DCA, so £10 a day going in, is actually doing better than that one monthly investment of the £300. Only by a small amount, but I'm going to be doing ongoing videos to talk through how that is actually going. Then there is the whole fear and greed, and as Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. I've taken most of this out by just having this auto invest, set and forget, and look out to the long term. A book that is really good for trying to get your head around taking the emotion out of anything is The Psychology of Money. I've dropped the link down to that down below. It changed my whole philosophy on how to actually invest. There are lots of ways of using Trading 212 to do some more detailed technical analysis, and particularly on the desktop side of things. You will see on this screen that you can actually go in and do some of your technical analysis. So what I would recommend is you go have a look at technical analysis for beginners in the video section on Trading 212, and it will show you how to put some of your indicators on here. One of the other really important things is look for the long term. If you're trying to make money quick, investing is not the way to do it. The tech stocks tend to go up and down depending on what is going on. So look at a longer term, and if you have a look at this chart of the history of how the S&P 500 has grown, you will see that at certain time periods there have been huge drops in the value of the S&P 500. So if you were to have invested, say, at the start of 2020, you'd invested £20,000, you would have seen that you would have lost 30, 40, 50% of that value as a result of COVID kicking in. Same happened in many of the other crashes that we've seen over the past 100 years of the S&P 500. So invest for the long term, let compound interest and growth take you on that journey and see you making money in the future. I've already mentioned this, that I do invest, the majority of my money is actually invested into exchange traded funds. So why don't you go and have a look at that? It's a more hands-off approach, and there are lots of them that you can actually go and buy on here. So if you go in and have a quick look on the homepage, you will be able to go and pick popular stocks or ETFs, and literally you just click into there and you see the most popular ETFs being VUSA, VUSA. You could go in, just choose a buy, and then stick in how many of those you actually want to buy, and then bang, review order and make a purchase. It's as simple as that. This buys you into the top 500. Oh, it's 500 and a couple. Have a look at this video and it sort of explains why I have my highest investments actually into the US market, and I buy that through VUSA. And one of the key things that I always say is, if you are in doubt, go and seek professional advice and go and find yourself a financial expert or a professional advisor who can give you advice on how to invest your money. There's lots of stuff out there. There are lots of people who will tell you that this is the next best thing to go and buy. Quite a lot of the time, that is going to get you in trouble. Go and speak to a financial advisor and get some advice on how to invest your money. One bonus that I'm going to chuck in here as well is consistency is key. This is a long-term approach to gently move yourself towards financial independence, if that is what you're aiming at, but have a plan and stick to it. Do not listen to all the noise that is going on out there with the stock market. There will be ups, there will be downs, there will be people who will be saying that everything's going to the moon. Do not just FOMO yourself into it. Have a plan, stick to it, and keep just basically going on auto invest. And that is why I love Trading 212 so much. It allows me to go and do that on both the ETF and the stock side of things. Why don't you go and have a look at this video that will tell you all about how to invest into dividend ETFs, which I think might be something you may be interested in doing, and you can buy many of them on Trading 212. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.